You've heard of the Yorkshire Three Peaks? Well, this is the Edale Skyline and it's tougher than it looks. It's 20 miles, 1200 metres of climbing and one huge loop around Edale. This is the Peak District's most iconic ridge walk, but today I'm circling the entire skyline. And by the end I'll tell you straight, is it tougher than the Yorkshire Three Peaks? Stick with me, no hype, no bias, just how it feels step by step. There's no better way to kick off the skyline than on Mam Tor and the Great Ridge at 7 in the morning. This place means a lot to me, guys. I've been coming here for years and I've got many cherished memories. I've got the framed photo of the mugs and a t-shirt, and there's definitely something special about this part of the world. The Great Ridge that we're walking on now is one of the most photographed walks in Britain, and it's easy to see why. What I love about this ridge is it's not just a viewpoint, it's a border. On this side you've got the Vale of Edale stretching up into the dark peak with Kinder waiting up there like a big wall of Gritstone. And swing around the south and it's a whole different vibe. You've got Hope Valley, limestone country, the so-called White Peak. One ridge separating two worlds. We're just coming down from Loose Hill now. A loose hill in Old English apparently means pigsty hill. It's not quite as mystical as you might hope, but the views definitely make up for it. The ridge walk in itself is a great walk, guys, trust me, but this is just the warm up today. So now we're heading into the valley and we get a bit of respite before the real challenge begins. So that was the village of Hope, which can be used as one of the starting points for the Edale Skyline. I've always thought that Hope is a lovely name for a village, and apparently the name's been used for around 1500 years and originates from the Old English word hop, which means small enclosed valley. This is where the challenge really begins, guys. The climb up to Win Hill and then on to Kinder. This is where the coffee and snacks prove their worth. The climb to the top of Win Hill, it's a tough one, it's very steep. When you reach the top, you're rewarded with one of the best views in the whole of the Peak District. I had a great view of Ladybower Reservoir there, where the Dambusters trained for the famous raid in World War II. The wide open water was chosen because it mirrored the German dams they were targeting. They were perfect for practicing those low level runs. So there's Mam Tor, the Great Ridge and Loose Hill where we started off, and we're heading over to the plateau which is up there, We're coming up to about halfway and it is a great walk so far. Quick one, if you're enjoying this, hit like and subscribe for more big UK routes. And let me know in the comments, does this skyline walk look tougher than the Yorkshire Three Peaks to you? Well, it's a little bit of a pull up here onto Kinder Plateau, but we're almost there. So here we are on Kinder Plateau, and that changes the walk completely. You go from the iconic ridge that we're on to this sort of terrain, which is wild. It can be boggy and very unpredictable. The peat on here has claimed more than a few boots over the years. Hopefully not mine today. It's also easy to lose your bearings up here, especially when the mist rolls in. Luckily though, I've got my OS map and tracking on my phone, so I'm safe enough in these clear sunny conditions. Mexican standoff. Who's going to go first? Looks like it's you, Mrs. Sheepy. Down there is Jagger's Clough. It's a classic Peak District name. Jagger comes from the old pack horse traders who used to cross here with their loads. Tough work. This is where I honestly begin to think, you know what? The Yorkshire Three Peaks has a rival. But I'll save my verdict for the end, guys, and I'll let you know then. So this rocky outcrop is Ringing Roger. It's a bit of a local favourite for a scramble, and it marks one of the key gateways up onto Kinder. The rocks up here are part of the famous millstone grit laid down in a tropical delta about 320 million years ago. That's why the edges are so rugged and broken. You're literally walking on the bones of ancient rivers. It's the exact same rock that can be found on the Haworth floors, and the terrain around here is very, very similar. Now that is one heck of a cairn. I really do love the names of geographical features around here. Jagger's Clough, Ringing Roger, Jacob's Ladder, Crowden Tower are so distinctive. You just don't get names like that in the Yorkshire Dales, for example. They really are evocative, almost storybook, and they really do fit the wild, dramatic terrain around here. So we've just been walking on a section of the Pennine Way, which is Britain's first national trail. It's 268 miles long, starting right here in Edale and running all the way up to Scotland. I walked along a section in my Haworth Wuthering Heights video and on my Yorkshire Three Peaks video as well. It's kind of like a golden thread through all my videos at the moment. Clearly I can't seem to escape it. Here we are now on Brown Knoll. It doesn't sound like much. It's one of the bigger summits on the loop and the views stretch forever on a day like this. So here we are on Rushup Hedge, heading up to Lord's Seat, and I'm definitely feeling it now. My ankles and toes are sore, but when you're surrounded by all this natural beauty, it does take your mind off the pain. A bit like the Yorkshire Three Peaks, you have to ignore how your feet feel. One look at the landscape and it makes it all worthwhile. And that, guys, is the Edale Skyline pretty much complete. We're 22.5 miles in and it's about 1.5 miles back, so it's going to total about 24 altogether. It's been an epic journey. It's every bit as tough and as rewarding as people say, and I absolutely love the variety that the walk offers. So, the Yorkshire Three Peaks versus the Edale Skyline, here's my honest take. The Three Peaks is slightly longer with those big iconic climbs, and you've got company to drag you around if needed. The Skyline is slightly shorter, but it just keeps coming. It is pretty relentless. It's much harder on your ankles and your knees because the terrain is so uneven all the way around, and the section on the Kinder Plateau seems to just go on forever. I absolutely love the Yorkshire Three Peaks, but this is a worthy companion, and its landscapes and the nature of the challenge are very different. In terms of difficulty, for me the Yorkshire Three Peaks just edges it, but if you want a quieter challenge that might just surprise you, or you want some training for the Yorkshire Three Peaks whilst doing a challenge in its own right, then do this one. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your opinion on the two challenges. Drop it in the comments below, and if you know of any similar challenges like the Edale Three Peaks, which is in the playlist, then drop that in the comments too. It's been a huge day out and I've loved sharing it with you. Thanks for walking with me, and I'll see you on the next one.